Yeah, the shining golden signs. Let your inner sparking night. Fat and treasure, growing bright.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Spike back again once again today, people. Today we have Kamen Zeztz episode 5. Let's get into it. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. We got the introduction to a new form called Stream, which is his airbender form. And we got to see the true reason of why old girl didn't want to get married. Well, she actually wanted to get married, which was funny. She did want to get married, but she was scared of something, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But this episode had the two of our police officers breaking and entering into his house essentially, and finding his, finding the headquarters to code. And yeah, they just kind of came in there, just kind of made themselves at home, and they were able to find out a lot about the case that he was actually working on. And yeah, I was like, they just kind of made themselves at home there. I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is good. This seems like it's gonna be a reoccurring thing. I'm just really ready. I'm just really ready to see. I'm really ready to see them when they see him actually transform and fight a nightmare. I thought that was gonna happen in this episode as well, but it didn't happen. But I'm guessing it's gonna happen relatively soon. I guess the only way they would probably be able to see him if they were also in the dream with him while he was fighting the nightmare. But yeah, we see also he has a lot of conversations with I think her name is Mitsuki, the girl who's getting married, and basically he has a bunch of conversations with her. And there's a tree that was in that same park area that him and his sister were jogging at, and this tree has a very significant importance on her life, right? And apparently when she was a little girl, she climbed this tree, and when she climbed it, she got really scared and she got stuck in the tree, and then her childhood friend was the one that saved her when she fell off the tree. And then that's the reason why she doesn't want to get married. She wants to get married to the guy she's marrying. He seems like a nice guy, and I mean, he may be the son of a rich guy, but at the same time, he seems like he's a nice dude. And apparently, she's really, really afraid of heights. She's really, really afraid of heights ever since her fall from that tree as a kid. And it turns out she's really afraid of heights, and being in a plane is gonna really, really mess with her. I felt the same way when I rode a plane for the first time. Terrifying. But yeah, so she's really afraid of heights, and then that's basically what the crow nightmare is basically symbolizing. I don't know why it's crows. It could have been any other not flightless, but flying bird, but it had to be a crow, I guess, 'cause I guess crows represent fear. I guess that could be the case. But yeah, and after he finds all this out, he's able to come to the conclusion that yeah, she wants to get married and stuff like that, but she's afraid because she's afraid of heights. But originally they thought that her she's getting married, but she actually really wants to be with her childhood friend, but that wasn't the case. And I'm actually glad that the childhood friend ended up being a nice guy. He wasn't he was accepting of her marriage and stuff like that. He was accepting of that. So there really weren't any bad people like that. There really weren't any bad people like that. It's just a lot of the nightmares and stuff happen subconsciously. She wasn't wishing for her best friend to actually do that. It's just that she was wishing for something to come and stop the wedding so she doesn't have to get on this freaking plane and go to New York. It's always New York. It seems like they did the same thing in Boom Boomger, where it was where Mira's boyfriend was trying to, he was a business guy. He was getting ready to move away, but he was going to move her to New York. And it's always America, and it's always in New York. I don't get that, but hey, whatever. But yeah, and I love that Baku is learning how to be an agent and learning how to be a writer and stuff like that while he's awake. He's learning how to build that actual confidence within himself. And I love the words of encouragement that Zero kind of gave him. And the thing about it is, Zero didn't reveal himself to our PSD agents or PSD officers. He didn't reveal himself to them yet, but he basically tells Baku like, hey, like they could be a good use to us, just tell them who you are. And like Baku's like, what? but yeah, I like the good use of the gadgets that we had also with the camera and stuff like that, him able to put two and two together. I love that Baku is like in his waking life and his, dreaming life, he's learning more about how to be a hero, how to be an agent and stuff like that, and how to like use his freaking powers, and while he's using these powers, he's actually really freaking good at, like, he's a natural with them and stuff like that, and I love that. And the imagery in this episode, like the symbolisms and the imagery and the camera work and stuff, was really freaking good. A lot of these scenes were very, very bright, very colorful, but even with the scenes, the way it was kind of like dark and gloomy also looked very cool. We see that her 3 doors aren't like in a hallway like the last, like how the bomb monster was. Hers are like all in front of this like demonic looking tree connected by chains, and that tree is supposed to represent the tree that she fell down from. So yeah, like I love that attention to detail when it comes down to this series so far. But yeah, Zeztz doing really good. I'm still thoroughly enjoying this. Like I was locked in for this episode. Well, I've been locked in for all of them, but I was locked in for this episode because it just had me really, really like interested. Like I was mad interested. And the thing about it is, when we see at the end when he takes out the crow monster, when he takes out the crow nightmare and everything, he ends up saving her and stuff. We see that he does go back to the church. He sees like, and the childhood friend, he's there, and he's like, congratulations and stuff like that. We see Fuji comes up to him and says, are you giving up on your love? He's like, hey, as long as she's happy, that's what matters. And I'm like, cool, man. Not a bad guy, not a jealous guy, not a spiteful guy, all that good stuff. But yeah, we knew he was a good person in the waking world anyway, because he helped the old lady up some stairs. but yeah, man, this episode was really cool. We also saw Nox, and I think that's his name. I gotta research that because I feel like I'm saying his name. I feel like I'm giving him the wrong name, but for right now, his name is Nox. So Nox he had like a book, and he was looking at this book, and he saw like these 4 different he had like a transmutation circle looking kind of thing, and he had like these 4 symbols that were there, and each symbol represented something, and it seems like he's the same kind of person as Nem, and I think Nem is going to be very involved in the next episode after this. But I think we learned just a little bit about him and a little bit about like what he's kind of doing or what he is doing, which is a little bit. But my theory is that Nem is supposed to represent, well, I think it's Mem or Nem. She's supposed to represent like good dreams and stuff like that, because every time she shows up in a dream so far, she's a good person, and she's doing this, and she's a fashion designer, then she's a cop, and then she's something else. Like she was a singer, or a singer/actress in the first episode, and then Nox is just like, I'm bringing chaos. So I feel like she represents good dreams and he represents bad dreams/nightmares. Hey, but yeah, man, what you guys think? What do you guys think about this episode, man? This episode was actually really cool. Next episode, we're not getting a new form. We're gonna stick with Steam. We're gonna stick with Stream right now. I want to say Stream right now, and I've already kind of sort of seen some of the scans for the next episode. But yeah, it seems like Stream is gonna be very prevalent in the next episode. But other than that, what do you guys think about this week's episode of Kamen Rider Zeztz Protect the VIP Bride? And you guys let me know all your thoughts down there in the comment section below. And I'm going to see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As remember, as I always say, stay henshined.